Presto changeo! Less discord! It looks like we're on the right track. Thanks, Athena. Now to make sense of what we've learned. Director Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge, which points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, talking about the door to the launch pad made him a little uneasy. In other words, he's probably hiding something about the launch pad 1 door. When we put these two pieces together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. Director Cosmos, the real killer escaped. Did the real killer escape through here?
Take that!
The culprit went through Launchpad 1, the Launchpad 1 door to escape, didn't they?
Yes. I mean, no. Disaster to starboard. We're going to crash into an asteroid. Arr! Arr!
A master tactician. You are not. But the area beyond the door was filled with smoke, wasn't it? True. But this is still the only logical answer there is. If we can just figure out what the director is hiding about Launchpad 1 door. I keep not saying the. We should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies. Oh my god, my voice. My wording.
But the door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck, Terran, and I have access. I don't see how the killer could have opened that security lock. Do you?
I can see where this is going, kinda, but I'm just gonna play along. That's an easy one. The killer was right there in the boarding lounge, meaning there's a way he could have easily gotten past that security lock. Come to think of it, we did examine the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. Oh! I know how! I propose that the killer use this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock.
Take that!
That's...
Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gotten past the security lock by using Mr. Starbuck's prints. And actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device's screen.
Arr!
It looks like he does have something to hide about the Launchpad 1 door. And I'm betting it's got something to do with the culprit's escape route. But I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet.
You know, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, I'd love to hear your input on this, Judge. By all means!
There's a security camera in boarding lounge 1.
Right, the one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor?
If the true culprit escaped into the Launchpad 1 corridor, then that might be recorded on the security footage as well.
Oh man. I really wish that was the case, but I do remember just a smidge that the recorder got cut off at the end, and I don't think it worked after that.
Then, the mystery would be solved. What do you think of my logic? I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your baldness. I beg your pardon? Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point... Oh my! The footage cuts off! The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There is no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens. And I thought it was such a good idea too. Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery, it doesn't mean you should try to show off too much. Grandpa baldness. Dang, man! Jeez. Prosecutor Blackwell, how did you know about my grandchild?
I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world. Oh, man. Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I'd like to have the witness continue. Director Cosmos, could you tell us more about when you entered the lounge?
Yeah. If I must. I hid to avoid getting shot. After the killer vanished, I went into the lounge.
Oh.
That's when Detective Arm appeared from the elevator's side door.
How would she not have known that it was him when he's riding on that whatever.
And then the detective shot at me. So you see, the killer could have only escaped to launchpad door, right?
Let's see here. No, that wasn't right. When we view your emotions alongside your testimony, we find the unexpected emotion. Wait a minute. There really isn't anything strange here. I don't know, but I think maybe we made a mistake, Mr. Wright. I think maybe you're right. Let's take another look. There must be an unexpected emotion here somewhere. Okay, let's read this, like... Okay, so panic. Okay, less panic, but still a little panic. And then... surprised. So you see the killer could have only... Let me just... Oh my god. No, there's nothing wrong, Phoenix. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. I don't think it's surprised. I don't think you should be surprised. What do you think about Director Cosmos' emotional responses, Athena? Actually, my cat is really sick. You know?
What?
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear about that. And on top of that, my dog just doesn't seem to want to play with me. Why are you telling me all of this now? Just humor me, okay? Now, when you heard about my cat, and then about my dog, which story made you feel sadder? The story about your cat, of course. It's only natural. Wait, what? Exactly. That would be a natural reaction, but there's nothing natural about the director's reactions. I think how each individual reaction changes across the whole testimony will be key. Sounds unnaturally complicated. Yeah. But that somehow doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
That should have been a little more obvious, I guess. I guess because he wasn't that surprised, but his emotions were everywhere except for his happiness. Director Cosmos, why were you so surprised when Detective Arm found you, and again when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural? We just got done talking about that.
Sadly, even great men such as myself have ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions. Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion.
Yes. I'm sure you do. Good for you. But my real point is not the fact that you were surprised, but rather what you were surprised by.
Pardon me?
First, you were surprised when Detective Arm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were, of course, again surprised when she shot at you. But, considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprised reaction is the fact that you were... I want to pick the joke answers, but even the real answer is kinda... What? Nope, surprised by something else. Wasn't there something you should have been more surprised by?
A brave man such as myself is not so easily surprised. But being shot at, now that's something that would surprise anybody.
Well, when you put it that way, I guess I'm barking up the wrong tree here. I love that expression. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprised reaction is the fact that you were... You were surprised twice. You were surprised when the detective found you, a self-styled great man. And then you were surprised again when she fired warning shots at you. Yeah! Would such a professed great man such as yourself be surprised by such things?
my duty to lead the human race into the future if my life is put into danger. It is also my duty to be surprised and take precautions to save my life. If anything were to happen to me, what would become of the future of mankind?
Well, he certainly has a high opinion of himself. You just now realize this, Phoenix? It looks like I got it wrong. In any case. Okay, good, I did choose the right choices, or wrong choices, but still. Yeah, you should have been. Yeah, you were kind of surprised when Arm came, because... Why were you surprised when you knew she was coming? You did rush ahead of her. Sure, you were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you. But the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. The fact that you were more surprised by simply being found than being shot at suggests to me that you were conflicted about whatever it was you were doing there.
The enemy has acquired a new weapon. Commence Operation Hide Under Your Desk. Arr, arr. Yarr!
Please tell me I finally sunk his battleship. Boss, I'm getting less Discord now. That must mean he really is hiding something about that launchpad door. And whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape. I wonder what it could be. If he was doing something suspicious around that door, maybe we can spot some change between before he came to the room and after. Detective Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison. Let's see. This is footage of the door before Director Cosmos arrived. And this is how the door looked after the director entered the lounge. Hey, look at that. What? What am I looking at? What are you looking at? I see it. 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 Do you see it? Because I see it. Okay. There is a change. Something's definitely different. Director Cosmos!
What is it? What have you two been up to over there?
Finding the answer to what you were doing when Detective Arm found you. That's what. And that answer lies clearly in this footage. Camera. Camera. I know I got a green.
Camera!
All we have to do is compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation. And yeah...
Don't be ridiculous. If you really do have an answer, you'd have pointed it out already.
He's asking for it. This is what changed directly after the incident.
Take that!
The answer is this knob.
Oh, that, sir!
Your Honor, please take a look at this footage.
Let's see.
Take a look at the knob next to the launchpad door. As you can see, it is horizontal.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
However, When we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical.
And what does that mean?
It means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned the knob!
Arrgh!
After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos. Let's hear what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob by the door?
Arrgh! Fine, I'll admit it. You're right. I did turn that knob. That knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions, so I wanted to move the launch pad away.
You wanted to do what? Hey, didn't Honko tell us something about how they prepare for launch? She said that once the launch pad's fully assembled, it moved to the launch site. But the safety lock in the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first. I guess that clears up what the knob is for. Oh, so if the killer escaped into the launch pad 1 corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launch pad to the launch site. I don't think so. The launch pad 1 corridor was filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through that corridor. So then, where did the killer escape to? I guess there are still some things we have to uncover. Director Cosmos, I request that you tell us about the moving launch pad in more detail.
Fine, but listen carefully, for I'm about to give history-making testimony.
Haven't you said that enough already?
I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. I feared there might be more explosions, so I had to cut the launch pad loose. Surely the only escape the killer had was through launch pad 1. But that area was a sea of smoke. Confound it! Where on earth could they have gone? Arr.
Why are you happy? I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock, yet you were happy? You make it sound like you were reluctant to do so. And yet when you did it, you felt some joy, as if you were very pleased with yourself?
Arr! How do you do it? How do you know everything as if you were there?
Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology. So, care to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? When I think back on the facts we've discovered up to this point, I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda.
Arr! How do you know that, too?
Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing.
have no proof I had hidden agendas. And even if I did, I would never ever tell you. So there.
I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, just take the cake.